What's up, my people? I came back like I said I was. I know I was one of them fathers that left, you know what I'm saying, went to go get cigarettes. But I pulled back up, you know what I'm saying? Because we are here at the Havok Hour. I'm your host, Rick Havoc. To my right, is my right? Yeah, to my right. My main man, my resident co-host. He is the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. What's happening?
We here, man. We back. It's been
Yeah.
how long has it been? Like a year
Ooh.
and some change.
Almost. We cutting it real close. I
Man,
ain't been feeding
we
the
back.
streets. I've been bad. I ain't been feeding the streets.
And
It's not
we in
good.
the middle of the season. We in the middle of everything going on. Like, but we
Yeah,
here.
man.
We
Yeah,
showed
man.
up. We showed up for the most important thing, man. We here for the WNBA playoffs.
Hey.
That's what's important. Some championship basketball being
Yes,
played
sir.
around here, and
Yes,
it's getting
sir.
real intense. So yeah, I'm
Yes,
ready to
sir.
talk about everything, man. Where we starting at?
No doubt, no doubt.
I'm
Hey,
the
since you
listen.
just
I'm taking over this joint.
okay, all right.
Listen, you was gone too long. We was out here hosting everything else. Welcome to the Havoc Hour.
We was, slack- we was
We was out
slacking
here
over here.
hosting everything else. So now I had to come in. I'm a run. I'm a quarterback things now.
All right.
I'm Aaron Rodgers now.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
I
I'm
ain't
here
gonna
for
get
it.
hurt in the first snap of the game.
Yeah. We can't do that. We've been gone enough already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what happened last year. My man's out here. His quarterback got hurt.
Yeah. Listen, charge it to the game. I was depressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was going through it.
Ohio
Oh
State
man.
was tripping too.
Dog, listen.
Yeah, you didn't
Hey,
really have no good football last year.
realistically, I still don't really trust them. So that's a problem.
Understandable. Hey, we got
Hey,
y'all
sis.
what week 8?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Swinging back
there's
around.
enough time for us to get our shit together.
Hey man. We gonna we gonna see. We gonna see.
Hey, it's fire, man. We
Hey,
here.
you mentioned WNBA. I want to give a quick shout
Yeah.
out to Asia Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord, have mercy. She killing the game right now, man.
Asia
Unanimous
Wilson.
MVP.
Let's talk about that.
1,000 points on the seat. Like what?
First unanimous MVP since Cynthia Cooper in 1997. It's her
Yes,
third
sir.
MVP. She's won MVP every other year since COVID.
Mm.
She was out here killing stuff in the bubble down near the wubble. And then 2 years ago, won her first championship, won MVP. Then now she came in. Somebody voted her fourth place for MVP last year when she was the best player on the best team that had the best record of all time
Yep.
last season. And somebody voted her fourth place. So she came back with a vengeance. Said, I'm undeniable. Third MVP joining Cheryl Swoops, the legend, Lisa Leslie, the legend, Lauren Jackson, another legend. The only three-time
Rarefied air.
winners.
Let's
She been
go.
in the league 8 years, by the way, and did all this. Finished the
Damn.
season a scoring champion, total of 1,029 points, 26.9 points per game. Career high, 19.6 field goal attempts. So, like, yeah, she was putting up buckets and putting up points. Also led the league with 451 rebounds, 98 blocks. Led the league in at least 3 statistical categories. That's a slight Jay-Z reference for y'all that don't know. But yeah, also led the league in those. The points and the rebounds were league records.
Let's go.
So putting up numbers, man. More on the aces though in a little bit. Well, let's talk
No
about
doubt. No doubt.
NFL Week 3.
Woo,
It's been getting
man.
busy.
These people
Uh,
don't care about my money, bro.
hey, no comment. I'm not gonna
Oh
comment on
man.
that. But uh, your team, the New York Jets,
Yes, sir.
got a win over my team, the New England Patriots, on Thursday Night
Mm.
Football this past week. It was ass kicking. I ain't even gonna lie. Thursday night football, 24-3. Your boy Aaron Rodgers out here, 27 for 35, 281 yards and 2 touchdowns on my squad. Threw to 8 different receivers. He was just dealing, feeling real philanthropic out here. The
Big
Jets
facts.
defense, 7 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
7 sacks. Held the Patriots to 139 yards of offense. That is gross. That is disgusting. That's not
Crazy.
football.
No, it ain't.
That's Big Ten football right there, not NFL football. This is a pro team full of millionaires getting paid. This is what they doing. Drake May entered with 4 minutes left in regulation. Went 4 for 8, 22 yards. He was sacked twice. Y'all can give him some garbage time snaps, but sit him until you know your investment is going to be well protected going forward.
Yeah,
Because that's not okay.
you don't. I don't hope for any prosperity for y'all in truth, but you don't bring the
Likewise.
guy in. You don't bring the guy in high draft pick like that and take the risk. You know what I'm saying? Jacoby done been here. He ain't new to this. He can hold it down for as long as possible. In all
I agree.
seriousness, as much as it was a breath of fresh air to see a competent quarterback playing the position for my team, since I don't remember even when. This was one of those. I don't listen. That's my daddy generation at this point. But nah, man, like I don't want nobody resting on that. Like, okay, you did what you were supposed to do. Like we know New England is going through, the overhaul. You know what I'm saying? They're starting a new era. You know what I mean? So we did what we were supposed to do. I like what I've seen from Aaron. He looks like, himself, like how he's supposed to. Offensive line looks as good as it did since I was in high school. I'm talking about 09, 2010, that offensive line, it looks like that. If we can keep that going, I'm going to be a happy man, especially with them two running backs back there. Brees Hall, we know what he can do. Braylon Allen is a man amongst boys, and he's 20 years old.
Damn.
It's crazy. That's a man child right there.
20?
Yes.
How?
Man can't even drink yet. That's crazy.
How you getting it's dudes that's 28 years old still playing college.
Yeah.
And he 28. That's crazy.
It's wild.
That's nuts.
But yeah, man, like all those things, like it's everything that I felt like we needed to have happen by now. But okay, great. This ain't a rest on a laurel situation. Like y'all still got to get Hassan Reddick signed. Like that's not even a question. I don't know how long CJ Mosley gonna be out with the toe issue. Jermaine down for the year. Like y'all got to make sure depth is in there because all the rest of the schedule, we don't have a tough schedule, but it's gonna be plenty of games where it's like we're gonna need to have all the horses in a row. Like we can't have Aaron just rushing in to save the day every game. Like the defense got to be on point like that going forward. So great game. You know what I'm saying? Nice home opener, but we gotta keep the foot on the gas going forward. I think we got Denver next. And
yeah.
I don't know. They looking like they figured something out.
Yeah. The schedule not looking too hot. We got the NFC West this year. When do y'all face San Francisco?
We did that. That was the first game.
That was the first game? Oh, y'all took the L. Okay. Y'all got that out the way. Lucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
hey.
I'm interested to see how y'all do against Marvin and them coming up.
That is
I'm interested
concerns.
to see how we do against Marvin.
Listen, I am
Marvin
concerned.
Harrison is a beast, man.
Listen, I know he was on my other squad. Like that boy is a problem. But
yeah, the Cardinals they took an L to the Lions today. Kyler Murray 207, 1 touchdown to Marvin Harrison. He wasn't going off like last week. only had
Mm.
5 receptions. But listen, you get him involved. Shout out to them. Shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1 touchdown to help lead the Lions to victory today. Jared Goff only finished with 199 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. The Lions looking like a team that we're going to see how they look around Thanksgiving-ish. That's when I'll
Yeah,
be a little bit more honest about how they feel. Like they got a couple years under their belt. You know, they went to the playoffs last year before that. I don't remember what they did the year before that, but I know last year Dan Campbell came in. He's turned his culture around, so it's something they got
yeah,
to build on from last year. And
yeah.
I'm
That
interested now that they got a target on them, how
right.
they move.
Yeah. Now, to go from being bottom of the basement in the NFC North, and
Mm-hmm.
then in 2 years, Dan Campbell comes in. They're a game away from the playoffs 2 years ago. Last year, to go to the NFC Championship game. Um, they're supposed to be the class of the conference. I mean, San Francisco, is there, but
San
you
Francisco
know,
is San
it,
Francisco.
the Lions just like got right up behind them. But that loss to Tampa was a little concerning to me, especially since they were home and playing the Cardinals close like this. So I got a little cause to pause, but I think they should be all right, honestly.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Speaking of the 49ers, they took another L here. They are 1-2 on the
Ooh,
season. Just lost to
ooh,
the Rams, 27-24 in Inglewood. So they got to get their stuff together too. They
I mean,
coming. I don't know if they got a Super Bowl hangover. I ain't never heard of the losing team having a hangover after the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna give them some grace because
McCaffrey's
majority
back.
of the starting offense is the infirmary.
Yeah,
George Kittle didn't play. McCaffrey's been out. We don't. They don't
McCaffrey's on the
even
pup
have
list.
a. Yeah, they don't even have a timeline for him to come back. So that's a problem. Madden Curse going crazy
Madden, yeah,
again.
Madden curse is back. It's
And then
official.
Debo's out. Yeah, Debo's out too. So that the whole point of them being dominant is having all those pieces together. Um, the fact that they still look competitive, with Brock Purdy. So this conversation about Brock Purdy not being a franchise quarterback and not being top tier is probably gonna get deaded because they still could have won this game. But yeah, as long as they banged up like that, um, that's going to be a problem because you need all your horses if you're going to compete in this
Mm-hmm.
conference. When you got Philly, when you got Detroit, when you got
Minnesota's looking.
Minnesota, hey,
they looking. They looking like
I got
something.
something to say about Minnesota. I got something to say about Minnesota. But yeah, San Francisco got to get healthy because otherwise, Shanahan done got too many bites at the apple. And I'm talking all the
Yeah.
way back to 2016, and we remember what happened that year.
What happened that year? Let them know.
There was a score, an infamous score, and
The biggest game of the year.
it was very. It should have been academic. It was some of the worst money bettors have ever lost, and yeah, Kyle Shanahan fumbled that bag 28-3 and
Mm.
lost 34-28.
Who we lose to, Chuck?
Oh yeah, them Tom Brady squad over there.
The Atlanta Falcons lost to the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 51, 34-28.
Stressed me out, man. Stressed
They,
me
they,
out
they were
good.
up 28-3. They allowed 31 unanswered points.
I went through all the stages of grief watching that Super Bowl. I swear I did.
It was a fun game. I don't remember watching it because I didn't watch it. I watched the first
Oh
half and I was
yeah,
pissed off.
that's crazy.
This
Man.
is how I watched the rest of that Super Bowl. I heard my neighbors cheering. And then I was watching the live box score on ESPN. That's how I watched the
Mm,
rest of the game. I couldn't do it. My nerves was just too bad.
damn.
It was a great night. It was a great night. Let's
Hey.
wrap up around the NFL today, man. The Vikings talked about them a little bit. Moved to 3-0, blew out the Texans 34-7. The Giants get their first win on the season, defeating the Cleveland Browns 21-15. I'm not sure if that's a scoreagami. I'm pretty sure it's not.
No.
It's Googleable. I don't feel like checking. because I don't think it is. The Steelers, how about them? Justin Fields got the Steelers 3-0.
Hey,
They got a dub
first
over
of
the Chargers 20-10 earlier today.
yeah, first off, Minnesota, I cannot believe that a quarterback who used to play for the Jets looks like a franchise quarterback with this team. Like I expected that he'd probably still start and like maybe he could have the offense looking respectable. This man tore through Houston. 4 tutties.
Mm-hmm.
Gave them the business. And I know you got Justin Jefferson, but that's it. It ain't like Jordan Addison was playing. He wasn't playing either. Like he was carving them up. Like we gotta have different conversations about some of these quarterbacks that we should say like, oh, they trash. They not it. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna make it in the league.
They just need to change the scenery a lot of the time.
That's there's somebody that involves that I'm gonna mention. Now the Steelers, when it comes to that, yeah, Russ ain't getting his job back. We can just cut the bullshit. We can cut the bullshit right now. Like Russ ain't getting his job back. I don't know what they said that there was an injury, it was a nagging injury. Mind you, I don't recall hearing about any injuries all throughout training camp. They said it was a quarterback competition between Russ and Justin Fields, and they hadn't decided the starter yet. Then all of a sudden, at the 11th hour, Russ has an injury that keeps him out of the game, and Justin Fields has to start. They're 3-0. I didn't expect them to beat the Chargers, honestly. I had Chargers winning the game. But they're not doing anything crazy on offense. Like, Justin Fields is not airing it out. He ran for the only touchdown that they had in the game. But something about with this offense is clicking. Their defense is crazy good. Like, I'm not gonna say that they on that 2007 2008 status yet. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, no.
But they climbing. They definitely climbing. TJ Watt is an absolute beast.
Cam Hayward.
Yeah, man. Like they got some dogs on that defense, and they look good defensively.
Cam Hayward in this game passed up James Harrison, Debo, for second most sacks in Steelers history.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Damn.
Talked about that 07, 08, 09 defense.
Yeah, man. Oh, now James Harrison was an enforcer, man. You did not want smoke when you saw him on the other side of the field. That shit. Indeed. Nah, but listen.
To Steelers.
I root for Justin Fields. He was my quarterback at one time, my Ohio State Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
So he was one of those people I think needed a new change of scenery. Chicago did not do nearly enough to get the best out of what he can do. Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin specifically, they just have a culture, you know what I'm saying, that's second to none. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, yeah, Bill is in a different stratosphere. We're not even talking about that. Mike Tomlin has, a culture in the Pittsburgh locker room that, like, listen, whoever is inserted in this role, you go handle your business out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Justin Fields doesn't need to be flashy. He doesn't need to tear it up with the numbers. The offense moves. The team is winning football games. There's nothing to change. So if Russ isn't healthy or, we're waiting for him to get cleared to play, we're not changing it up. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some kind of crazy drop off that happens with Justin Fields, there's no reason to move. Like Russ got to sit down and wait.
Yeah. You can go somewhere else that might need a quarterback. I don't know who.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little too early to really tell, but there's a team out there. It looks like they got their quarterback situation under control. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But to round this out here, the Eagles, they go into New Orleans at the Dome, home of Super Bowl 58. 15-12. It was a dogfight. It was actually my favorite game of the early slate. The
Mm-hmm.
Saints get their first loss on the season. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns, including the game winner with about a minute left in regulation. Derek Carr is picked off as he's driving to try to save face here and at least get them to get into overtime, but it was over with. Derek Carr looked like the Derek Carr I know. Kind of late there.
And that's why, like, I'm thank God we can finally calm down because the amount of people that I've seen talking about the Saints are legit. The Saints could be contenders. The Saints could
And they
like.
did. They looked legit the first 2 weeks, but
I mean, look, I get them credit. You know what I'm saying? Like going it stomping out Dallas the way they did was crazy. Um,
in Dallas.
yeah, in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Week 1, they beat up on Carolina. That's a bye week. But I mean, after today, it's a different question about that. But no, I give them credit. Like they're one of the better teams in the conference, but I'm not ready to elevate them to contender, nothing like that. Because, like you just said, Derek Carr is what he is. Like I used to think more of him than he really was, but you know, then he kind of came down to earth a little bit. He's not a scrub, you know what I'm saying? He can play, but I'm not
Can't be
looking
a
at this
scrub. He's been in
team.
the league what 13 years, 12 years?
Yeah, yeah. Like
I
that,
don't think
the first
it's
couple
been like
years, the
11 or
first
12.
couple years when he was on the Raiders, they were looking like a solid team. Like they could do something. So like I know he can play, but I'm not looking at this team and saying like, oh man, they're gonna cause some problems when they get to San Francisco or the Detroit. Like, no, we're not talking about that. They're going in the right direction. And realistically, this was further proof of that, even in the loss. Because I mean, Philly, even though they've been struggling themselves, that's more of a defensive issue. You know what I'm saying? Their
Mm-hmm.
offense can flow and they can score points. The fact that y'all held them to 15 points and that going down to the wire, it was really 7-6 for most of the game.
Yeah.
So that tells you in itself that the Saints are like, they're going this way. Um, but they still a little bit off. Um,
Any given Sunday though.
yeah, exactly. Philly is concerning me. I ain't gonna hold you. Like
They got a
you
lot to
didn't
work
have,
on.
they don't have AJ Brown. They haven't had him for at least the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
But that made us one piece of your offense. You know what I'm saying? Like you needed to help Jalen Hurts develop as a passer. You put weapons around him. Okay, cool. But that's one piece. Like he is a damn good receiver. He top of the top. But you still got Devontae Smith. You still got Dallas Goedert. You brought in Jahan Dotson.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon is back there with him. He's a dual threat himself. Like it shouldn't be stifling your offense this much to lose one player, one receiver. So I got questions. I got questions about this team.
Yeah, it's real early, but we'll see how that comes and how it goes throughout the season. A lot of ebbs and flows. It's an NFL season.
Yeah.
You know, you had the teams that look like straight up garbage in September, and they go on to win the whole thing. And vice
They,
versa. Philly started out what 10-0 last year.
yeah.
We see how
They
that
were
happened. So
they were 10-1 and they was talking about they falling off. Like, I don't know. Their offensive line might be in trouble though. Because
oh
I've
yeah.
seen they shifted a lot of pieces around. I think Lane Johnson got hurt. That's gonna be something to watch
Hey,
out for.
Cam Jurgens, my guy. I know what school you went to. Get it together.
Mm.
Go Big Red.
Ooh,
Who's
I
your
gotta talk
MVP
about
favorite?
y'all, man.
We will.
Oh,
MVP favorite through week 3. Who is it? One name.
woo, man, that is a good question.
In spite of the loss,
Um,
I'm liking Alvin Kamara.
that's not bad. Man, damn. I honestly, I might say Josh Allen.
Okay. Not
Um,
mad at that either.
and to be fair, like This guy lost all these people. Stephon Diggs goes to Houston. Gabe Davis goes to Jacksonville. Like, he's supposed to be dropping off the map, off the face of the earth now. He's going to be an average quarterback. He got to be a Superman, play hero ball and all this other shit. And he ain't been doing nothing, just going out there and balling. Like, it's like, yo, I ain't missed a beat. Like, I ain't falling off just because they ain't here no more. And what did it for me was last week in Miami when they bum rushed them out there. Like, they didn't even look like they was on the same playing field. Like, they was giving them the business. And they typically don't play that well in Miami. Like, they gotta be home to do that against Miami. They went out to Miami and did that. So that was something dope. You know what I mean? I was leaning towards, like, this is crazy, but Baker for a second. But they came back down to earth today, so I'm a little skittish on that now. But yeah, no, Josh Allen, like, I might have to pass it to him because that dude's making some statements this season. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that turns out later in the season. But let's talk about college football real quick, man. We got some things going on here. We can breeze through some of these a little bit. Texas last week ranked number 1 for the first time since 2008. I want to see who their quarterback was back then. Who was the quarterback, Texas?
No. Vince was already in the league.
In like 06.
Yeah. Damn. I feel like I know who that is.
They had Will Muschamp still on the staff back then at the time. That was crazy.
Damn.
Colt McCoy was there.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know did he start? I'm pretty sure he started.
I think he did. Yeah.
So they still had Colt McCoy. That name triggers me a little bit, but Texas defeated Louisiana Monroe. Arch Manning got his first start and he got his first win. So it might be the Arch Manning era. I don't know what it's looking like for Quinn Ewers going forth, but yeah, Arch Manning looking like the truth. I know, competition wasn't elite, but
realistically, we know what time it is.
Yeah, it's a Manning.
The boosters at Texas are looking at this and saying, yo, Arch Manning out here throwing dimes, looking solid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all know what time it is. Sit that boy on the bench. I feel for Quinn Ewers. I really do.
All right.
Yeah. I feel for Quinn Ewers. I really do. It ain't like he played bad. He just got hurt. But this is how it goes sometimes. It's all a business.
It's football.
Bro.
That's football for you.
Yeah, man. You might wanna consider that transfer portal because if y'all, especially Texas #1 in Arch's playing like this. I mean, they expanded the field to 12 teams, so they're gonna make the playoff regardless. But Texas in this position and Arch keep playing solid, yeah, it's over for you here, bro. I'm sorry.
Facts. LSU #16 defeated UCLA 34-17. Wasn't looking too bad. Looked like they handled their business when they needed to handle it. Know who didn't really handle business? USC #11.
Oh, my boy
took an L.
My boy Josh is a USC fan. I let him hear it because I was pissed off about this.
I'm sure you did. Because they lost to Michigan, #18.
Exactly.
27-24. Michigan score a 4th and goal game-winning touchdown with just 37 seconds left. What are your thoughts on Michigan's quarterback woes, man? Because running the ball wasn't no problem. They out here looking like Navy or something. 209 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, but they only had 32 passing yards in the game.
Well, I guess we're going to have a fun time with them in November.
Quinn Ewers. I'm just mad we don't play with Michigan this year.
Hey, this would have been the year, man. This would have been the year. That boy Raiola probably cut them up. But no, like this is another situation. Like I don't want to I want to be unfair to the coach in Michigan, but when you don't have cachet, you know what I'm saying? When you don't have name value, the prospects and the recruits aren't coming in like that. Jim Harbaugh is going to get you a quarterback prospect, no problem, because that's what he does. Like every quarterback he's worked with, it doesn't matter if you're Andrew Luck, Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, now Justin Herbert, J.J. McCarthy, like Shea Patterson at one point, like all of these guys, they know that he's going to work with them. He's going to develop them. If you don't have that cachet, you're not going to bring in, that type of talent. I'm not saying that the quarterback is trash. It's only week 3. We don't know. They had a bad week, but this is part of it. The thing about college is to separates it is because there is that element of, hey, you're coming up big in high school. What do you think about coming here to play on this part of this team and contribute? So I think that that's part of the bigger issue right there. They've always been good running the ball. Unfortunately, I know that all too well. And going up, I expected them to have a little struggle against USC because I thought USC was getting their defense together. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Lincoln Riley, all he ever been about throughout his collegiate career as a coach has been the offense. You know what I'm saying? Now he don't got no star QBs to lean on. You got to handle your business on the rest of the other side of the ball. There ain't no reason you should have lost this game at the end like that. It's terrible. You let them
Especially
running the
when you
ball
know
down your
what the
throat like
team is
that?
doing every possession.
Yeah. Like, bro, they're not doing anything
Welcome
fancy.
to the
Like,
Big Ten, USC.
oh my God. Any any coach from high school all the way up to the pros will tell you it's very simple. They're not doing anything new, especially if you know what the situation is. If you see they can't pass or if you see they can't run, they're going to line up and they're going to do what they're effective at. They lined up because they were running the ball down your throats already. They kept doing it and you did nothing to stop them. So this, again, falls right onto the coach. What are you doing to fix both sides of the ball at the end of the day?
Yeah. So USC got to get that together, man. Y'all in the Big Ten. Like y'all should know what it is.
Yeah,
Y'all
no doubt.
can't bring that stuff over here, man. I'm gonna just tell you, we had a guy. I ain't gonna say his name, but we had a guy came in and he was pretty successful in the Pac-12. Got to the national title, had a couple Heisman contenders. You know what I'm saying? He was an
Mm-hmm.
offensive coordinator at a Pac-12 school, and he brought that Pac-12ness to the Big Ten, and it was a failure. Like I said, no names, but we can talk about the school that he coached at, Nebraska. They were ranked number 22. They are no longer ranked as of
Damn,
going into this next week. Took one L, grand opening, grand closing. Number
damn, man.
24, Illinois came into the trap. Nebraska's 400 sellouts consecutive, 400
Damn.
consecutive sellouts. And it was an L. 31-24 in overtime. I've seen this movie before.
That was looking
Listen,
good too. I ain't gonna
we
hold
work.
you.
We work. Luke Altmaier for Illinois, 4 touchdowns, including the go-ahead in overtime. Dylan Raiola, 3 touchdowns, 397 yards. But he was sacked 3 times in OT. For some reason, our line just, yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah.
That's a
We
damn
got haters
shame.
again, though.
Why?
We got haters again, though. So that's how I know we good. I seen people hating on us again. I was just like, look, I missed it. I kind of missed the hate. That's how you know you're a good
Yeah,
team. We got haters.
that's cold.
Yeah, this our 25th or 26th straight to a ranked team that we've lost.
Yeah, bro.
Last time we beat a
Damn
ranked
shame.
team, I want to say was Oregon, 2016.
It's really been that deep. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
Since
man.
2018, Nebraska is 8-31 in one possession games.
Mm-mm-mm.
We'll get it together. We got haters again. We'll get it together.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
We not
man.
bad. Uh, Missouri, ranked number 7. They're ranked number 7. I want to see what they're ranked this week. Cause yeah, they
They
kind
make
of
a
struggle
drop.
with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's not
They
good.
dropped the number 11.
Ooh,
Yeah, so you out here struggling with Vanderbilt. That's what happens. 30-27, 2 overtimes. They survived a potential upset at home thanks to the college kicker curse. Y'all know how that is.
facts.
James Madison went into North Carolina. North Carolina put up 50 points and they still lost by 20.
Bro.
Think it's time for Mac Jones to go out there. Not Mac Jones, Mac Brown. Excuse me. Thinking the wrong Mac.
Yeah, yeah.
Mac Brown, go out there. You got grandkids, bro. Probably got great grandkids.
We gotta let it go, bro.
Yeah, I think
Let it all go.
it's never been more over.
Mm-hmm.
We're third of the college football season away, man. Potential national
Doubt.
champions. Who you looking?
Uh, man.
I don't
Probably.
want to say it, but unfortunately,
Oh,
might be Texas.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I haven't seen anybody like really break away like that. Georgia struggled last week against Kentucky. Like,
Yeah.
like nobody seems unbeatable. Nobody seems like they're world beaters. Like we're Saban is gone. Alabama's not a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Harbaugh left. Like it's the playing field is even, but I think Texas is probably separating from the pack, or at least they're starting to, depending on how this quarterback situation work out.
Yeah, that'll be
I gotta,
my
I
13th
do
reason.
gotta, I do gotta give a shout out to. I know you're not a big fan, but I got to give a shout out to Colorado and Dion. Um, their defense is still not at all where they need to be, but damn it, them
They're fighting.
boys, Shador and Travis are just special. Like it
And he
don't
did an
matter.
ass whooping a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, like as long as the game is within reach, you put them out there and they gonna fight it out, and you
Mm-hmm.
got a shot. Like that's something special. Like
That's the problem.
when them boys are gone, y'all gonna miss them for real. Like that game was crazy. Like I don't try to get too high or low on them because it's Colorado, but damn, when they get into them dogfights, they're exciting to watch.
Yeah. Shout out
Travis
to
taking
Colorado.
Travis taking Heisman. We don't got to vote on this. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that now.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, ain't no
You
question
over
about it.
here trying to talk about he gonna play both sides on Sundays too. I don't know
Ain't
about
no
that.
way. I'm sorry, bro. That workload is different.
Yeah.
Like, pack a lunch. It's not like that.
Well, we'll see. Listen, we'll see how it turns out. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
me, if I'm a GM, I'm saying, yo, you one side, especially you look at where he might be going.
Yeah,
He might be
man.
going to my team. I don't want him playing both
Yeah,
sides of the ball.
you
Look,
gotta.
we got a young corner that's a dog right now. We good. We need a receiver.
That's a fact, man.
Shout out
That
to
boy
Gonzo.
Gonzalez, he was locking up Wilson for a minute. I'm like, yo, wait a
Yeah.
minute. I didn't know he was like this.
Oh yeah, he liked that. He liked that.
Woo.
Hey man, shout out to Vegas Sports Connect for helping sponsor the Havok hour.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got to do
Appreciate
the
y'all.
Vegas Sports recap. This is
Let's get
customary.
it.
Let's run through this real quick. You know Vegas, that's where we at. That's where
Yes,
we at.
sir.
So we here,
Yes,
man.
sir.
The Raiders, man. Not looking too good for them this week, week 3. Panthers came into the trap and spoiled their home opener, man.
Mm.
Panthers beat the Raiders 36-22. The Raiders actually trailed 33-7 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's all bad.
That's
Andy Dalton
crazy.
started for Bryce Young, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. This came and walked them down. Yeah. The Raiders back at Allegiant Stadium, known week 4 versus Cleveland. Let's hope for some better luck, man. We talked about Asia Wilson earlier in the show. The Aces came in and they've been looking a lot better to close out the regular season. Ended the regular season on the 5-game win streak, fourth place in the playoffs. First round versus the Storm starts in about
Mm.
2 hours.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, it's gonna be some good hoops. More on the WNBA later.
No doubt.
Uh, Golden Knights also started training camp this past week. Got their first preseason game against San Jose also this evening. So it's been real busy for the pro sports teams in Vegas on this Sunday.
Hey,
Real
dig it.
busy.
I dig it.
Uh, let's wrap this up with UNLV. UNLV ranked number 25 in the coaches poll last week after week 3. Not sure where they were ranked in the coaches poll this week, but they didn't play, had a bye. First ranking in program history. Can you believe that?
Damn. I can't.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
Since since they've been D1 back in 1978, never been ranked either poll. So we
Damn,
got to get
bruh.
into the poll that matters for real now.
Yeah, man.
The AP
Shit.
poll, the one that matters. That's the one they show on TV and have next to your school's name on all the TV shows and all the websites. That's what we need. And
Let's
it's really
go.
going to be cooking. UNLV is a projected front runner for the Group of 5 playoff spot too.
Oh,
So I need that too.
on the way up like that.
Yeah, I need that in my life, man. We facing Fresno State at Allegiant Stadium this upcoming Saturday. Fresno State
Hmm.
just put the brakes on New Mexico, 38-21. So we
That,
might be in for a little
that's
dogfight. It's gonna be
solid.
interesting.
I know Malik gonna be at that game.
Oh yeah, Malik. I don't know who Malik. Let people know who Malik is.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We got different audience over here.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know, over at Young Kings Wrestling, where I also reside with my guy TC, I was brought over there by my guy Malik, who started up the show with TC, and I joined the 3-man team. You know what I'm saying? And my guy got a little busy. You know what I'm saying? Price of the brick went up, and
Yes.
you've been out here moving. So but y'all should definitely go check my guy out at Malik.lv. You've been putting that work in, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere from football, basketball, boxing, shows out there in Vegas. Like my guy's moving for real.
Shout out to my man's, bro. We miss
No
Malik out
doubt.
here.
Yeah.
We miss
Yeah,
his
yeah, for
presence.
sure.
I ain't seen Malik since like June.
Damn.
It's been a while. And I didn't even know I was gonna run into him that day too.
Malik
Doing
is
what he do. We was doing some boxing stuff for Top Rank that day.
Malik is like John Cena. I'm about to like get a chair and just put a cap in it.
Shout out to John Cena.
Facts.
Let's talk about some boxing stuff now that we're on that subject a little bit, man.
Oh.
Had a big heavyweight showdown this past weekend. Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua knocked my guy out in 5 rounds. Slept him. Anthony Joshua actually seen the canvas a few times. But Dubois retained the IBF heavyweight championship. Where does Daniel Dubois rank amongst heavyweights after Alexander Usyk? We know he is the definitive number 1.
I don't know if I put him too high because today we should have learned by now not to trust Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Um,
Learned that about 5 years ago.
So I don't. We don't need to get crazy with hyperbole about this guy. Like, but see, thing is, like heavyweight division in general, heavyweight boxing hasn't been like that in so many years. Like, if not for the likes of, Deontay Wilder, obviously,
Fury.
Tyson Fury, like without those guys, like we're not even talking about heavyweight boxing as it is. So maybe he could be like 3 or 4. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Like I said, We're not trusting Anthony Joshua. Like it's the same dude that lost to Anthony Ruiz before he got in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just what he does. This is what
Yeah.
he does. Like he will set some expectations and drop them in the span of, in this case, 5 rounds. It's tragedy.
Yeah, it's all bad. You still want to see
Mm-mm-mm.
Joshua and Wilder?
Honestly, no. Like,
No.
um, because there's no intrigue to it anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, like there was a time where it seemed like a mega fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because before before Joshua had that fight against Ruiz when he just dropped the ball, when Wilder was still, just handling business, even though, he wasn't technically boxing, he was just throwing them hands, it was still like it was destined. It was just, I was just missing each other. We know boxing all the time. People are supposed to fight and they never do because of these damn promoters.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like it was there. But now Deontay got knocked out nasty himself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got to look at that. And then now with this and Anthony Joshua, it's like it would at this point it would just be another fight. And it's like you don't want to make one of those big fights if it's not like if there's no intrigue to it anymore. Because what really happens with the winner? That's the question you got to ask. Like, what
They get
if
paid.
right? Like the person who wins the fight, what then? It ain't like they going after the title right after this, or
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they might because of name alone, but and there's nothing to be done to be said after that. I just both of these guys, man, like it's not going to hit the way it would have. So
I agree.
I can't get behind it. I can't get excited for it. That's the big thing. I can't get excited for it. So that's why I wouldn't be like, yeah, set it up. No.
That's fair. That is fair. Uh, Speaking of big names, big fights, guys that we kind of see him fight past the time that we wanted to see them fight. Announced about a week ago, UFC 309, John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. How you feeling about this, man? It's for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah,
We were
man.
supposed to get this like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. Uh, it was injuries. It was a lot
Other
of issues in
stuff.
between, stuff like that. Um, I
Watch out
wish
for
I
them
could be in that
Joneses
building. Oh yeah, indeed. I wish I could be in that building. It's gonna call. Listen, I just talked about the price of the brick going
at
up.
the Garden. Oh yeah.
That is premium, top notch. Ain't no way. But I'm not gonna miss this. I absolutely got to watch it because this, in all likelihood, this is the end of the greatest
The swan
career in mixed
song.
martial arts. Yeah, and as I say that, can't really take too much off of Stipe either, because Stipe, for all intents and purposes, was the greatest heavyweight champion in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
So, we spend so much time talking because John is the GOAT, right? Um, but Stipe kind of like he has more on this fight than just the title. Like, he's only lost he lost to Daniel Cormier and then to Francis Ngannou. But it's like there's so much here. Like he has it, this stature of being one of the top heavyweight champions of all time, going up against the GOAT, titles on the line. Like I just said about having that excitement around the fight. This was one of those fights because now we're just like with the looming that John's going to retire one way or another, and I expect him to win. But now we leave the heavyweight division now in somewhat good hands. I mean they're still banging pretty good up there in heavyweight, but nah, this is going to be special, man. It's crazy to think the man has been doing this over a decade, and it seems like it's been longer. Like won the championship, the light heavyweight championship in 2011. And all the layovers and stuff like that, all the stuff in the legal issues and being suspended, Like,
The
could only
drugs.
imagine what he would have been doing. Yeah, getting himself in trouble, just dumb stuff. Only imagine what he could have been doing if he could have just
Had some
kept him,
discipline.
just kept out of the bullshit, man. Um, he might have been at this point sooner, but uh, regardless, it don't change nothing. At the end of the day, he's still the GOAT, still the best to ever do it. And like I said, I can't miss this. Gotta see it. I expected him to go out, handle that business, go out on top, cement that Hall of Fame first ballot status.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
John Jones.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to John Jones. Let's close this out with some more WNBA. We talked about the playoffs a little bit. They started today. They're gonna start the playoffs on NFL Sunday, but that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Earlier in the week, though, we got a new team. So we already got a team coming to Golden State next season,
That's
the
right. Yeah.
Valkyries. They also announced we're getting a team in Portland as well in 2026. I'm just saying, y'all can give Detroit their team back. No offense to Dallas, but Detroit can get their team back at some point. Detroit was a legendary team in the WNBA. That was one of the OG teams. They won championships. They got a history. I'm just saying. But
Truthfully, that makes it a perfect time to do it because
yeah,
there has never been a greater spotlight put on WNBA than it is right now.
it's huge.
So, like, this would be the perfect time to,
I just want
put
the
some shine.
WNBA to realize this.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and found out Asia Wilson won the MVP.
Yep.
And they announced it 3 hours before I woke up. I woke up at 7:30.
Yeah, man.
That's the type of stuff. Like WNBA, we got to recognize how big we become.
Right.
But these playoffs is going to be major. Like we got Caitlin Clark made her playoff debut earlier today.
Yes, sir.
Not that great. 4 for 17 shooting, finished with 11 points, 8 assists. Facing the Indiana Fever, facing the Connecticut Sun. This might be the best series, man.
Okay.
At least I thought it was until the Sun beat the Fever in game 1, 93-69. The Fever looked kind of in the second half, but this is the Connecticut Sun. They're going, this is the 8th straight playoff berth. They lost the finals to us in 2022. And then they lost to, I want to say Seattle. No, not Seattle, Washington in 2019. So they hungry. Alyssa Thomas, they hungry.
And look, we can't take nothing away from the Fever. If you look at where they were at one point in the season, they should not have made the playoffs at all. That's a testament to Caitlin Clark, the special talent that she is. So, I mean, listen, first round in the playoffs, if that's where it comes to an end, that's where it comes to an end. It is what it is. But yeah, y'all should not have been in the playoffs at all. So that's something to build off of. That's something to go back and say, hey, listen, we just retool, we get this thing together a little bit, add some pieces. I think they can really be in the mix. That's good.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark also rookie of the year. Surprise, surprise.
Of course. Come on now.
Finished with the most points scored by a point guard in history. She was also the assist leader, 8.4 assists a game, the youngest assist leader in league history as well. And there were a bunch of other accolades, about 25 different ones. We don't have time to list all of them off, but those are just a couple of the ones that matter.
Yes, sir.
Other spots in the playoffs, man. Talked about the Aces. They play in a couple hours. 2-time defending champs. We're gonna start the three-peat journey.
Repeat, baby.
Yeah, we coming for the three-peat. Number 4 seed versus Seattle Storm. Remember Seattle Storm won a championship in a bubble. And, who they beat? The Aces. So I want to say it's our first matchup in 2 years. I want to say everything blends together. So pardon me. This is gonna be a good series, man.
I love it. I love to see it, man. I love to see it.
A great series.
Honestly, this to me is the bigger storyline because we wrestling fans, we talk about storylines and these things. Yeah. The biggest story, everyone talks about Caitlin Clark, and yes, I get it. her cachet, her being such a star and a great player, brought so much of this exposure to the WNBA. To me, the story has been the Aces. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because 2 in a row straight up, no one has been better from top to bottom on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those, like, they are ahead of the pack and everyone is trying to catch them. That to me, that draws eyes because it's like, who is going to take down this juggernaut? You know what I'm saying? So we gonna find out. We getting ready, like I said, getting ready to start these playoffs. So we gonna find out if somebody's gonna handle it. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm not taking the field. I'm not betting against like this squad, man. I will not.
But you asked that question, who's gonna take down the juggernaut? And I think there's one choice that I think everybody's looking at. The team that lost to the Aces in the finals last year, the New York Liberty, going on their revenge tour. You went to a Liberty game a couple weeks ago. How was your first? They beat the Aces actually.
I didn't actually. I had to work.
You didn't make it.
I was supposed to go. And I was excited to go. They had me working, so I didn't catch the game. But the Liberty won that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
they won a few games against us.
That's something to watch out for, man.
We got they facing the Atlanta Dream. Liberty got the number 1 seed locked up, so they got home court advantage as long as they're in the playoffs. Atlanta Dream, not great. Didn't have a great season. Went 1-3 versus the Liberty. We had a former MVP, Tina Charles, came out of a temporary retirement to come back. But it's not looking good so far. The Liberty took game 183-69. Current MVP Breanna Stewart finished 2011. Put up some numbers.
Yeah, so,
but
watch out for that one.
After New York, the next competition. I mean, we got New York, we got Minnesota. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're right.
Like
the Lynx, man.
The Lynx, led by MVP candidate Nafisa Collier, they're looking for their first title since 2017. They're going up against Phoenix Mercury, a fellow UConn alum for Nafisa Collier, Diana Taurasi, her possible last run. First playoffs for Brittany Griner as well, since her stint in prison a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then we got Tasha Cloud making her playoff debut for Phoenix this season as well, coming from Washington, where she won the title back in 2019. But the Lynx took game 1, 105-92.
Oh boy.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
These playoffs looking good. So I'm gonna need the Aces to do their thing.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to tap into this.
So these playoffs gonna look good, man.
Hell yeah.
I was a Havok hour, man.
No doubt.
It's a little bit over back.
Now. It's all right. It's all right. Like I said, I owe the streets. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feed y'all.
We had to overrun.
It's good to be back, though. It's good to be back. Hey, my guy, plug your socials. Let the people know where to find you.
Yeah, man. TC Fontaine. You can follow me at TC Fontaine on Twitter, TC.Fontaine on Instagram. Also, do some photography around the city of Las Vegas, some personal photography. I lean forward to the sporting events, so that's what we do. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to the sporting events that accept me around. You can check out my photography, foyflix.com. A lot of boxing, a lot of wrestling. Not much else other than that. Listen, we got a niche, and you stay in your niche. I can't be everywhere. Sir. I can't do football and basketball and boxing and wrestling. That's crazy. I like doing boxing photos. Every now and again, I want to do some other stuff. But check out my photography. Check out everywhere. Check out Young Kings Wrestling. That's our other show that we do. At YK Wrestling everywhere on social media. Head up YKWrestling.com.
No doubt. And of course, and as always, y'all can find me everywhere at WreakHavoc24, Instagram, Twitter, and you can find all of our content, including this, on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and of course, if you're watching the video versions, the best versions is on YouTube. You can check it right now. keep it locked. We gonna have some. We gonna have some more people swinging through here. So,
Oh yeah.
we revamping. We gonna turn this thing up a little bit. But with that, he's been TC Fontaine.
Yes, sir.
I'm Reek Havoc. This has been the Havoc Hour. I'm gonna see y'all later.
Shout out to Vegas Sports Connect too.
No doubt. Hey, shout out to Vegas Sports Connect. Appreciate y'all.
Make sure y'all follow them at Vegas Sports Connect on Instagram, at Vegas Sports Plug on Twitter. They making it happen. They say, yo, do the Havoc Hour.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
take the Havoc Hour. Need some. That's what we doing right here.
Yes, sir. We moving
Las
up.
Vegas.
We making moves out here.
Big
shout
facts.
out to Vegas. Shout out to y'all. Hey, this has been the Havoc Hour. We out.
Go. We still do that on here?
Yeah, fuck it.
Trademark on here.
It's Vegas brand. We do it. Go.